with an apology. And the apology is, so 2 weeks ago we came back after being gone for over 52 weeks. And we knew we had to kind of, explain to you what's been going on. And that was, I think, show 230. We're at show 232 now. Is that right? 230?
I have no
229?
idea. It says 232 on the board.
Yeah, that's what it is today. Show 232 tonight of the Curly Hair Q&A show. But so we told you everything that had been going on, and I left something out. And I thought of it last week, and I was like, oh, I'm a little embarrassed. And then I thought, I'll address it next week. That was last week, and I forgot. Only went an hour, right? Hour long, and I still forgot it. So what I forgot of things that have been going on here to update you guys on the last 52 plus weeks that we'd been gone, Helen got engaged.
Ooh.
To a boy.
I have a real horn this time, one that really works. Should I blow it?
I think that's
okay.
I think that we
It's
should
an
celebrate
occasion.
that.
Yeah. I got the right kind this time.
There you go. And it matches your outfit.
Yeah. See, that's what the other one was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Dumb,
So
stupid.
the first 2 or 3 minutes of the show here is going to be all
Helen.
about Helen. Yeah. Hooray, Helen. It's going to be all about Helen. Okay.
Do people know who Helen is?
I think so. Yeah. I was really hoping when Helen got married that she would marry a guy whose last name was Waite.
Why?
Because then when people would call about, with complaints and whatever, I'd just say, go to Helen Waite.
Ha ha ha.
Wouldn't that be great?
Oh ha ha.
That's worth celebrating. Yeah, there you go.
Boo hiss.
But wouldn't that be great?
You're so funny.
I could just say, go to Helen Waite. So maybe you should rethink this whole thing, Helen, and start looking, grab the phone book. The second thing that's all about Helen tonight is we're going to give Helen her Christmas presents early.
Oh.
Should we have her come in here, or do you want to show them to Helen through the camera?
I don't know. You tell me.
Helen, do you want to come in here and kneel down between us and get your Christmas presents? Okay. All right. Helen
You didn't
says
even
she likes the
wrap 'em.
Christmas. I didn't. I didn't wrap.
Like, why? Oh,
Come on in.
Oh
Come
my
on in, Helen.
gosh.
Make this quick because people don't want to wait on us. So we've got lots of stuff to go
why
through.
didn't you
So we're going to give you.
let me take care of that if you weren't going to wrap them or put them in a...
Right. It would have been nice if we could at least put it in a bag or something.
Oh my gosh. Leave it to Ken.
Right. So here. Yeah. So you got to kind of kneel down and so you can tell people.
This
what
is
it
the
so.
Exciting Christmas wrapping that Ken does.
She's got paw prints. She likes
Yeah.
There you go. Merry Christmas, Helen.
Christmas, Helen. So open it up.
Congratulations on your engagement and Merry
Thanks.
Christmas.
Tell it.
Woo, wow, fancy.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Sapphire.
So tell everybody what's in your package.
Well, this looks like a kitty.
It's,
Some sort of like, is this scrub like for your face or?
it's for dishes.
Oh, for dish. I don't know.
Don't use it on your face. That might be a little rough. That's a
never know.
little scrubby.
Aw. This is so cute.
What is it, Helen?
It's obviously a journal.
Yeah.
A journal.
And what's
You
it say on
gotta
it?
be kitten me.
Oh, ha,
It's punny.
I'm a cat.
Right? It's
I'm a
punny.
cat lady. Okay.
she is a cat lady. What's that for?
Yeah. So why'd you get a journal, Helen?
I don't know. I didn't buy my own present.
Right.
It's a notebook,
Why
so you
did
can
your-
take notes. Ask
Yeah.
Jessica. Now you just need highlighters.
Right. Why do you think your boss bought you a notebook with kitties on it?
Well, one, because I'm a cat lady. Two,
And two,
probably because I don't remember stuff.
do you think?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Helen.
Thank you.
A notebook to take notes.
And a scrubby to go home and do the dishes.
Nice. How thoughtful.
Your husband to be will love it. So anyway, all right, get back to work. Let's get this show on the road before it becomes a train wreck.
It already is.
Oh my gosh. So welcome to the Curly Hair Q&A show number 232. I'm your host, Ken Nichols, and I'm here with Melanie Nichols, the curl expert, curl queen of our show here. She is the founder of the Raw Hair Organic Salon in beautiful Naples, Florida. It's one of the top curly hair salons in the country, and Melanie is one of the top curl and hair color experts anywhere in the world. She is also the founder of the Raw Curls brand of natural and organic curly hair products, and the Raw Curls Vault line of natural and organic curly hair products, and also the Curl Institute training facility for licensed professional hairstylists. We'll tell you a little bit more about that as we go on. So, Melanie, tell us about the week. How was the week? How'd things go at the salon? Any interesting curl news? Anything that you did on any clients that would be worth talking about?
Sure.
What do you got?
We actually had kind of a crazy week. Go figure. It seems like that's always the case with me. Never a dull moment. Jessica, we always talk about Jessica. People may not know. She works with me in the salon. I consider her my assistant. So she handles everything and she helps out a lot with extra stuff and answering phones and booking appointments, checking people out, but she definitely does a lot more than that. So when we refer to Jessica or Jess, that's who we're talking about. But we always joke, that there's never a dull moment. That's why she comes to work. Every day she goes home, which she lives about an hour away, and so she's never coming back because of the drive, but she comes back for the entertainment because it's
only an hour.
Yeah.
What a wuss.
It's a lot of fun. Oh my goodness. So, but one of the interesting things that we had this week, I just gave Helen pictures and I did get permission to show these. It was somebody who had heard about me because of our podcast. She was searching for curly hair assistants and stumbled across our podcast, and she and her husband started listening when we started our show, and she actually had referred other people to me, friends of hers and friends of her sisters, to come to my salon when they moved to Naples, Florida. So lucky for her, she had a last minute trip to Naples and was on my cancellation list, and something had opened up for the week that she was there, which was last week. So, hey Deb, this is her curly makeover at the Raw Hair.
Do you want her pictures up?
Yeah.
You want them up? Okay, there you go.
Yeah. So she was a little camera shy at first, but I convinced her to let me take pictures. So not a huge change, but you can see the difference. Even looking at her hair when she came in, I said, it looks good, So we just needed to do some tweaking. Didn't want to lose a lot of length. Didn't want to make major changes to the hair, but I just balanced it out and made some interior changes. And, we talked about the correct this is something that was important that she shared. Speaking of notebooks, like Helen has, Deb came with her notebook of 500 questions, which she was prepared. It was great. So but we went through a lot of different things, and the first thing and the most important that I can tell you about was that she was using the wrong products for her hair. So because she felt that she was just wavy, not super curly, she had been ordering the Wavy Swavy of the Raw Curls line when she ordered online, and that was not the correct product for her hair. So she was struggling with it. And, so that's the difference. Like when I see people's hair, when I can feel it, and that's something that we can talk about, that's going to be coming up when we do our group, with the, what do you call it?
Our Curl Club, our Curl Club group.
Yeah, when I have the monitor, video calls, that's what I'm looking for. And I can see people's hair, I can guide and coach you better because, if I would have seen and, talked to her about her hair, I would have known right away, like I did, that she needed to be on the regular Raw Curls cleanser and conditioner, because even though her hair is what she considered fine and wavy, it was on the drier side. So it needed a lot more hydration. So, one of the keys to having success and beautiful curls is to use the right products. A lot of people have this false idea that if their hair is fine or wavy, that it's going to get weighed down.
That everything's too heavy for it.
That everything's too heavy, just too heavy. I shouldn't use conditioner. Don't apply product to the roots. That's all incorrect. You absolutely need product like gel at the root to give it support, foundation, to give it that lift. So those are things that we talked about and, adjusted to her routine. It's just using the right products. That's the key.
Mm-hmm. Great. Looks beautiful. I know you guys on podcast can't see it, but people are watching the live stream of it.
I'm not showing your face, Deb, so nobody will know who you are unless you tell them. But so was fun. She was so excited that that was fun. She was so excited to meet me in person, and it was fun. I met her and met her husband, and yeah, she got so excited she spilled her water everywhere.
I've got something. It's going to sound sales pitchy, but it's not. I swear to God, it's not. I'm just telling you because it happened today. So this morning, actually it was Saturday night. We had announced a couple of weeks ago that one of the products that we're coming out with on the January 15th launch of our Curl Club was the we call it the firm and flexible. Helen, can you bring up that bottle of the cream gel? Firm and flexible cream gel. Can you bring that up for me? And so when you make products, but right before you run them, you always run what we call a pilot batch. Make sure everything tests out. Make sure all the ingredients stay stable and all that stuff. It's before you run like 1 million bottles and then, right? So we ran the pilot batch, and I grabbed a little bit of it. And this morning, so I was in the shower by 6:15 this morning, and I used this just because I had the pilot batch sample. So I'm like, I'm going to try it. What the heck, right? Because when we did the testing of it, that's what it was. It's got a really firm hold, but it's still flexible, and it's a gel, but it's a cream. Okay. So Melanie, look at my hair. I've got my headphones on, but Helen and I have been working our butts off all day. So it's not like we've been sitting around and my hair stayed in place. Run your hands through it. Isn't that amazing? It doesn't feel all producty. Mm-hmm. You can tell there's something in it.
Yeah.
But it's not like, like those creams that I would normally use in my hair where you're like, God, what's all this crap in here? Blah, 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 blah.
He uses a lot of pomade and then hairspray.
Yeah, but it's got, right. But no hairspray. It's pretty neat. And it's pretty neat.
Yeah. That is a product that I do love, and I've used on a lot of people, especially when we were testing to get people's feedback. And it really is because I had been layering products before, or, some people would tell me that they were mixing things together. So now you don't have to do that. You get the moisturization of the cream, but then you get the hold and definition of the firm gel. So it is really a great product. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. I was really surprised.
You don't have curls.
No, but just the fact that it held my hair in place. I haven't touched it all day long. I haven't touched it.
Yeah, he has the very. His hair doesn't bend. His hair is like the opposite of curly because it doesn't even bend. It doesn't even like fall. It just sticks straight out.
I think you can say what I know you want to say. I think you can. I think you can because it's true. It's not like
that was going to say I call it Asian hair because their hair definitely like has a very straightness to it, and it doesn't really bend. It grows out, sticks out from the hair, and that's how Ken's hair is too. It doesn't lay down flat.
Yeah.
But now he's got a little recession going on there, so he's got the Fonzie point going. So he has to try to gel it back.
I do not.
Stop dipping into our curly gel.
I do not. But anyway, yeah, so that's coming up.
Speaking of, can I share a funny story?
You can share a funny story if you'd like.
So I just remembered something else that came up this week. We laugh all day long.
Helen and I don't laugh all day long.
I know. You guys just don't have as much fun as we do because you're not in the salon. But
we work. Because we work, yes, we do laugh sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, we're working too. But speaking of husbands using our curly products, one of my clients shared that she busted her husband. He was in the shower and he was like rubbing his chest hairs and stuff. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And he was dipping into her Raw Curls conditioner because he said it made his hair, his chest hair so soft. So she's like, "Stop using my product." They complain about how expensive it is, but then they're using it on their chest hairs.
Right.
Oh my God! But I thought that was so.
And what was that client's name? No,
I can't share names. I can share stories, but I don't share names.
Right. Yeah. Since we're kind of talking about this, I want to throw out a couple of questions that I've got from this week. I had some people asking about this, and I know we've talked about this a couple of years ago, but I think it's becoming more popular. There's people who have wavy or curly hair, and there's been a lot of questions about curly extensions and adding them to wavy hair. Do you know anything about that? Do you have any recommendations? Can you talk on that point? People that have some type of wavy or curly hair and using curly hair extensions?
No, I know nothing.
Okay.
Do you know anything about that? Yes, of course I know something about that.
Nothing.
What I would so in the past, there really weren't any good curly hair extensions. They have a slight wave to them. It really doesn't work great when you have curly hair. It's hard to get a match to your curls. But that being said, there have been great improvements. But what I would recommend is like clip-ins. You're not going to want to get regular extensions like the beaded kind.
Why? How come?
Well, because it's going to be a pain, to take care of. It's going to tangle in your hair. You could have a bad situation. It could get, matted and tangled because many times your hair is not going to be the same as those curls. And going back again to what they used to be for those, the regular, more permanent extensions, they would not match my hair. So either I would have to straighten my hair every day, or you'd have to straighten and then curl. You can't get that natural curl. And it's hard to, wash and manage your hair that way. So it would be a lot of work. I never, thought that was a good idea. The clip-ins, yeah. Now there's some halos or some clip-ins, things that just sit in the hair or clip in the hair. That I have a client who's brought, she's obsessed with those kinds of extensions, and she's found the right color and the right, curl type to match her curls perfectly. So there are a few brands out there that have some good ones to offer, but I would just do temporary ones that you can take in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would be a hot mess otherwise.
Yeah. Not worth the trouble? Mm-mm. And expensive?
You can get, and that's less expensive. That's going to be less expensive, way less expensive than, the permanent extensions. Like people with super curly hair, like the super, super tight type 4, when they get braided extensions put in, it's more of a protective style. It's you see the long braids and different things like that. It's not like what my curl type or people similar to my hair would be looking for. Like if you have softer curls and you're looking for length and things like that, it's just I would stick with the temporary like clip-ins.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Tonight's show is sponsored by Our Curl Club, where you get to buy all your curly hair products and skincare products at wholesale prices every day. You're supposed to say, ooh, ah.
Ooh. Am I supposed to blow my horn?
I'm waiting for your horn.
I have the horn this week. Yay. Oh my God, it's dying. There we go.
Yes, Our Curl Club is not near as weak as this horn is. The same prices at salons and beauty big box stores like Ulta, Sally, Sephora, Target, and Amazon pay. Frankly, as Cosmoprof pays. Yeah. Plus, you get free 2-day shipping on every order, regardless of how big or small it is. No more waiting for sales. No more waiting for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. No more saving up points in order to get a deal on your curly hair needs. Our Curl Club lets you buy at the wholesale price every day, and you get free 2-day shipping. Sign up now during the pre-launch period before January 15th, and you get 30% off the regular yearly membership price. No catch, no bait and switch. It's the only club of its kind just for curlies. Check out ourcurlclub.com and sign up today. There's only 1,000 spots open for the launch at the launch price, and we opened that launch a week ago today,
they're filling
Monday.
quickly.
Yes. Yeah, they are. I
That was one of Deb's questions, and I said, "Ew, that's Ken's deal, but
yeah.
sign up because they're filling quickly."
Yeah. There's only 1,000 spots open. And like I said, there's way less than 1,000 spots open now. And we don't know when we will be able to open it back up again. So sign up today. I've got a big goal of how many people I'd like to have signed up in this club by the end of the year. However, the initial launch had to be 1,000. And the reason is, it's just do the math of if 1,000 people join and there's what? 12 products, 11 products, 12 products. Think about how many we have to make. And hope people are buying, and we have to try to figure out their buying patterns. So it's going to be a little tricky at first, but but my goal by the end of 2023 is 100,000 members of ourcurlclub.com. Wholesale prices every day. So anyway, so let me just go over a couple of quick things about that. I just literally just thought of it as I glanced down at our desk and they're sitting in front of us. There were a couple of questions that I saw that I guess people weren't clear about the sign up. There was for the initial people that were the initial founding members, so to speak, you got a free gift or you'll be getting it. And we were going to send them out right away when people signed up. And then I decided not to because I thought about it and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want people using any of this stuff before the rest of the stuff in the club opens, like that firm and flexible cream gel. I didn't want them using it, but you get right now, if you sign up now, if you're one of the founding members, you get a 2-ounce bottle of the hair and scalp buildup remover, a 2-ounce bottle of the deep conditioner. You get a Raw Curls Vault flour sack towel for your curls, and you get one of Melanie's custom Raw Curls Vault Steps to Curl Success cards. Free.
Nice.
It's worth like $50.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was one of the questions. And another question was if you sign up and at whatever the date is, when is the automatic renewal? The automatic renewal will be the date that you signed up. And that's the reason why we opened it up 45 days early. And that's why you're getting the free gifts. So, cool. The other thing was, just so you know, that's the whole deal with our Curl Club. Wholesale to the public every day. So, some people asked, they said, well, what kind of free things are you going to have? And I said, none. There will be none.
Oh my gosh.
And then some other people said, well, will there be Black Friday sales? And I said, no, none. No sales, no waiting for nothing, nothing, none of that. It's right. It's you're buying like salons and Ulta and Amazon. You're buying at their price.
Yeah.
You're actually, you know what? Other than say Ulta, you're getting better than everybody else because you're not paying shipping.
It's crazy.
Ulta, I don't think pays shipping.
This deal is crazy. Like,
it is crazy.
It's never been offered before, and
No.
this is
nobody's going to do it because it's ridiculous.
It's not something that is the norm for sure.
No. Nope.
So it'll be interesting. But and to your point, actually, and stylists that have, problems or they get upset with things like this and I spoke to that last week, and I will continue to confirm. Again, it happened to me today where I went to buy supplies and I was going to get some wet brushes because they were sparkly and pretty, and I could not believe the wholesale price to me. It's high. It was double the price of what you can buy a wet brush in the store
at Costco. Yeah, because they got that whole package.
No, not even at Costco.
Not even
just
at
the
Costco?
regular stores. I was like, you've got to be kidding. So I can't even buy supplies, at wholesale, at my wholesale dealers. It's like, it's cheaper for the public to go and buy things for, that's just wrong. It's just wrong. So this has been going on, these big companies, have been doing these things to stylists more and more.
Yeah. And we're not doing it to stylists because we're not doing it with their brand.
But
we're using our Vault brand.
Exactly. But I'm just saying.
I know. You're right.
Oh my gosh.
Here's a fun fact. Do you know who owns Wet Brush?
I did, but then they got bought out. So now I don't.
No, Weed Ad does.
Oh,
The company that owns, I take that back.
No.
The company that owns Weed Ad does.
Yeah.
JB.
yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So, yeah, same people. Anyway, that's a fun fact. Let's talk some more curl stuff.
Yes.
And this is more of a seasonal thing. Been hearing about a lot of people with, depending on what part of the country they live in, dry scalp, itchy scalp. Do you have any thoughts on that? Of when there's a weather change, what can people do? Is washing less frequently a good thing? Is washing more frequently a good thing? Should people be looking into dandruff type treatments, because those are harsher shampoos? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about dry scalp? And I guess a better question is, do you have any thoughts or suggestions on dry weather related dry scalp?
Well, that just changed what I was going to say, because it all depends on what's causing the issue, whether it's hormone related, your washing routine. You're talking about drier weather. So there's lots of factors that could affect the scalp and being drier. And in fact, I just had someone that came in the salon this week. It was a male, and his hair looked like mine. It was gorgeous, long. Well, it was thicker than mine, but he wears it up all the time, and he's having a struggle with dandruff, dry scalp. And so once I started asking questions, and I was gonna, I was recommending some products, to help. I found out. I said, wait a minute, because he wears his hair up in like kind of a man bun kind of thing. I said, are you always putting your hair up when it's wet? And he said, yeah, pretty much. Well, so that can be a factor, because if your scalp is never drying, that moisture and that water on your scalp can cause a fungus, can cause so that can cause, bacteria, fungus. So then you need something, antibacterial, like, I have a concoction of apple cider vinegar with distilled water, those kinds of things to help. So it's really kind of hard to say, because it depends on the situation, but just like changing your routine for drier weather, I would definitely recommend, the conditioners that like the Raw Curls and the Vault products that have a lot of things to help with all those dermatitis issues. So whether it's just dry skin, eczema, psoriasis, we have lots of essential oils that are very healing, like our tomato oil. There's lots of ingredients that we have in our product that address those situations. So, and that goes back to one of my first points, where people are afraid to put conditioner all the way down to the root. Then I would suggest you actually rub it into the scalp. I think a lot of people don't do that. And so just like you would put moisturizer on the skin, we talked about this years ago, and hair and skin are very similar. So what do we do to our faces? We wash, we exfoliate, and we moisturize, right? So you need to be doing those same things to your hair and your scalp. So sometimes that may mean, for some people like myself, my scalp gets drier as the more the days go on that I don't wash. And it seems odd, but, for me, it's more hormone and psoriasis related. So I find I have better relief when I wash my hair, when it's clean and cleansed and moisturized. Because as the week goes on, if I'm lazy and I don't wash my hair and I just put it up, and it will itch more and it'll be more dry and flaky. So then, I do better washing it more often. Whereas some people may have, need the opposite, where they may, benefit from going longer in between. So everyone's going to be different. You just have to find what works for you. But those are some suggestions.
Sure. You are a certified trichologist, correct?
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah. So, exfoliating the scalp with something like our clarifying products is going to be, helpful as well.
Sure. That, speaking of which, I'm just going to throw this out there because you talked about it, and then I want to bring something else up related. If you are a Raw Curls customer and you have been buying the Malibu Sea Hard Water Wellness Shampoo in a 9-ounce bottle from us, on the rawhairorganics.com website, really, really cheap. The last order of it that I brought in just came in today. I'm not carrying it anymore. So if you want that, grab it. If you're not ready for it, that's okay.
You ordered more of it?
You know how much of that we go through?
No.
Enough that this is the last batch I'm bringing in from them.
Oh, do you have water in your ear? Why are you shaking?
Yes. So anyway, that just a FYI for you guys if you're one of those.
I have
cheapest
some at
place
the
in the
salon.
country is the rawhairorganics.com website for Malibu Sea Hard.
Because I don't sell, nobody buys that anymore because they want our clarifier.
I know. Oh, they're never mind. Okay. All right. I got one more thing I want to bring up. About, I want to talk about that, and then we'll get ready to wrap stuff up here. When I see, like I said, I see a lot of people this time of year, talking about these dandruff issues. Help me out or educate us a little bit about the terminology of it. Like, because I'll see people talk about dry and flaky and dandruff and whatever, but then there's other people that are calling, saying that they're calling it dandruff. They're saying they have dandruff, but they say it's kind of oily and gooey. But they're calling it dandruff. So are there two different types of dandruff that you can get that are hormonal related or weather related, like a dry and a flaky and a wet and an oily?
Well, so this is one of those things that people use terms interchangeably when they're really not. The true dandruff is that more oily and like what you're talking about, that is truly dandruff. But everybody just calls dry scalp dandruff. And it's actually that dry flaky is just dry scalp. Whether, it's caused from product buildup or from just dry skin or allergies.
The oily thing is dandruff?
The oily thing is dandruff.
Really?
Yes. But nobody refers to that as, everyone talks about the dry flaky as dandruff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what? When I was younger, I was a swimmer and I was always going home with wet hair and I was in the pool every day, once, twice. And I would get that where I could take my fingernail and like dig like a
Ew.
chunk of my scalp off. Oh yeah.
Gross.
It would itch. And
Was it dry?
No, it was wet and oily. And I think the reason
Ew.
is because it was always wet and it wanted to dry out. So I think my body was trying to overcompensate.
Uh-huh.
So it was making it gross.
And that's true too.
Yeah, I could like pick out hunks
Ew.
of my scalp. It was like gross.
Gross. That is
So,
gross. With your long fingernails
I know.
that you never cut.
I don't stop. Anyway,
I don't even talk about your
okay,
toenails.
so let's all right, so let's wrap up with so I know if you're on podcast you can't see this, but Melanie brought a Santa Claus, like a ceramic Santa Claus with her. Do you want to tell us about this, or do we just want to look at it until Christmas?
Well, we're starting to get in the Christmas spirit.
And cookies in there?
I'm trying, yes. No.
No.
I brought Mom with us.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Mom's not in there yet, but this just was something that if you know anything, I don't know how many of you know my mother, probably not, but
if you watch the show in the past, you know who she is.
You know the story. Yeah, she's been on the show and you hear the stories that we talk about, but this was just something that I had thought about a couple of weeks ago when everything Christmassy started happening. And I had my mom's ashes and I had picked out a pretty purple urn for her. But I don't know. It just wasn't sitting well with me. So anyway, all of a sudden, and the Christmas stuff started coming out, and oh my God, I thought of this idea. And my mom loved Christmas, and she was obsessed with Santa. She has a collection of over 500, and it just, I said, oh my God. And my mom, of course, loves sweets and cookies and, every kind of sweet that there is. So it just hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was like, I know what I'm doing with Mom's ashes. I'm putting them in a Santa cookie jar. So here we go. And she's not in there yet. I need help to do that. But that makes me happy. It makes me smile every time I look at it. This one even has a cookie he's holding. Oh my gosh, it couldn't be more perfect. That would make her laugh, and I can just hear her laughing right now. My mom was always happy, laughing, jolly. It's so fitting. It's so appropriate.
Chubby.
Yeah, that too. I told Jessica I might have to put a cookie in there for her once in a while.
Right. Cookie in one hand and a 7 and 7 in the other there. See
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
That's what's in that cup.
Oh gosh. Yep. That's Mom. So that's
boy.
what that's all about.
Is this thing going to stay out year round?
Yes, of course it is. So no, it will make us laugh and smile.
Ho, ho, ho. Right. You got
It's
anything else
perfect.
for us, Melanie, or do you want to roll out of here?
Well, I mean, we can get out of here, but Helen has the picture up there. I was, I just,
Oh, then
I had a
let's see
day.
it.
Yeah. The reason why my mom's ashes aren't in there is because I had a whole situation at the place that I was going to help me with that. And, so since we're speaking of ashes and urns,
Get your ass out of here.
yes, ha ha. Oh,
I'm punny today.
you are
right?
punny. Yeah, no, this is Murphy's
You gotta be
beautiful
kidding me.
urn. So you guys that have seen her on the show, you know, she has that little white mark on the top of her head, which is in the shape of a heart. And so it was just so perfect. And yeah, that's what I found for our little Murphy. But I actually was shocked. I wanted to get something. Now I felt bad for Miley because our first dog, Maisie's in a really beautiful glass blown purse because she was very prissy. She always wore jewelry, you know, ponytails and necklaces and dresses. And then poor Miley's just got a little brown box. You know, it's cute. But
Every time I see that stupid brown box, I could just hear her going.
I know. Now
Like,
I
what
feel
is
bad
this?
because Murphy got this beautiful, cute little heart, and
Yeah.
Mom got a cookie jar. And
I hope
poor
you guys can see it. Yeah, right. I hope you can see
Yeah.
it in the picture. It's that thing. It's
So
about this,
perfect.
like my hand. It would be like the size of the inside of my hand, and that thing is heavy.
It is super heavy.
It's like it's
stone
it's
and
not
metal.
yeah it's like stone and metal. It's
Yeah.
not like a cheap thing. It's really
Yeah, and I love turquoise and silver. That's the colors
Yeah.
of my salon. And anyway, it's that perfect crooked heart. So
yep.
there you have it. But any other things? Anything else about curls? I'll
No.
get Miley something. I'll find something for Miley. Poor
You've been
little
saying
Miley.
that for like 2 years.
Well, the lady was so rude. Why?
Right, that's true. You know, if I remember right, I thought we were going to get another one of these hearts like Murphy, but they don't make them anymore.
No, they do. They had tons of them.
Oh, they did?
I got kicked out of the room.
Oh, good.
I got kicked out.
Can't behave.
I was thrown out.
Oh, boy.
There's
Anyway.
always something with me. I tell you what. I don't know. But
Yeah.
you know, with something like that, you figured they would have, you know, kind and compassionate customer service.
All right, we should stop.
Holy
Next
moly.
week, we're going to talk about the Curl Institute and the new Curl Institute Curly Hair Masterclass for licensed professional stylists online.
Cool.
Yeah, be coming out. The pre-launch will be next week. The launch will be January 15th. Everything's happening on the 15th. That week is going to be hell. HE double toothpicks. But we're going to talk about that more next week. So if you're a licensed professional stylist and you want the most comprehensive curly hair training on the planet, along with a whole bunch of other stuff, I'm going to list it all off for you. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Or if you live in an area and you don't have a curly hair specialist, you might want to, you know what you could do? You could buy this and stick it under there, give it to them for a gift for Christmas.
Nice.
Yes.
Your stylist? What do you mean?
If you are a curly girl and you don't have a curly hair expert stylist, you could
That could be
you
your
could
stylist
buy
Christmas
this
gift.
training. Yes.
Would that be rude?
No, because they'd get to make more money and have more clients, right? And they'd get their curls done.
Yeah,
right, correctly.
yeah. That's true. And then everybody wouldn't have to take a vacation in Naples to try to come and get on my
Isn't that the
schedule.
truth? Yeah, and you could stay home and not bring your cars. That's another story. We're not going to get into that.
that.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, all right. So that's it. We'll see you again next Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, for another episode of the Curly Hair Q&A show. And would you like to send us off, Melanie?
Sure. We're going to have a great curly week, and I hope you do too.
Bye.